Okay, so I'm gonna go back to some music a little bit now.
Look at me, see? You're gonna have to edit some of this.
It's good though. It's good though. It helps. Everything is good. I promise it is. We're not talking about killing and shooting and all that wonderful stuff to some people because it's not wonderful to me. But so
Right.
I'm always happy to have those kind of conversations. But yeah, so I want to go back just a little bit. And I always tell people that the 90s was the greatest period, or one of the greatest periods. I won't say the greatest, one of the greatest periods of music, period. Like you literally had all the girl groups, all the guy groups, the solo artists where everybody was really in their bag, how people say now. You know what I'm saying? When I think about people like you, it just brings back that memory of like artists like Groove Theory and Something for the People or SWV or that R&B mix of the 90s and even the Bad Boy artists. Matter of fact, you said Total too. I think about that.
All of them, yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy too. Matter of fact, that Puffy and Missy came over to do the Things You Do with You. I'm thinking about they did SWV's last album too. Matter of fact, um, I forgot the name. I can't.
They have one coming out, or you mean the last one that was out?
No, their third one before they split up. I think that was like 98 or something. Release Some Tension. That's what it was.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So Puffy did most of their album and Missy was on there too, matter of fact, on Can We and a couple of other songs, I think, too. So it's crazy that she joined you, but you were really like the first introduction for her as far as features, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, or because prior to, I know she was working with other artists, kind of like back scenes, and then she had that group Sister,
right?
Was working with them, and then whatever happened with that situation did. But I believe as a feature, I want to say I was, if not the first, definitely one of probably like the first three, because I know she was 702 with Leah, and yeah. So I'm not. I honestly, I think I was maybe like the first or second, something like that.
Yeah, it was around that period. I know because for a while she was just in the background before she started coming out, and before she got pushed out as an artist. I should say. So yeah, that's awesome. I just think that people look at you really in a way, though some might not appreciate our artists here in America as we should, as like the overseas folks do. I think that you're one of those people that are regarded like she is really, one of the best in the game. And I think that's why people always looked for you, I should say, because you're here for so long, because they're like, what happened? And it's not like you can just pick up the phone or go on social media and say, hey guys, I just left my label today, but we're gonna see what happened.
10 years,
Right. So it's that kind of thing. But you really did have an introduction like no other, really. But I can understand too, when that's not there anymore, why you question that kind of thing and say, well, wait a minute, I just had like the whole world in my hands and now I have nothing. How does this happen?
Yeah, that's a question, right, for me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I know, like with the first single, The Things You Do, I was told that the record company was just going through changes, and so another single wasn't going to get put out. There's other rumors, but as I've said in previous interviews or whatever, I try not to listen to the rumors.
Right.
Because there was so much other stuff that was said. But for the most part, the one thing that I can say that definitely was accurate was the label was changing, and there was a lot of albums that were kind of put on hold, for the most part. So business-wise, things just started getting shaky.
Yeah.
And so record companies don't want to see stuff like that. So I kind of got caught in the midst of business things not being where they needed to be, and I'm trying to keep it clean.
Yeah.
And so my attorney and Missy and I at that time, we just connected more, and I was able to just come off the label again because they weren't going to do anything with the album. and then going over to Elektra. And that's where the second album came. And then unfortunately, we kind of got into the same situation. But I don't want to say that the business was not good. What it was the label was really against shelving people. I'll make it, let me try to be a little bit more clear, because it still is business. So the label was shelving people, and they weren't putting any more albums out. And then they too was either merging or folding. And there was a lot of changes within the label that where a lot of artists started getting affected by the standstill.
Okay.
And Yada Yada came out. That was the second single.
Right.
But again, it was like a deja vu, because I felt like, okay, Yada Yada, it didn't hit like the things you do. And I'm like, okay, was it because it was just too long of a gap? But I was told that they weren't moving forward. So they shelved my albums and a few others. And I just was like, at that point, so very numb. So numb. So I talked to my attorney again, and I just was like, you know what? And at the same token, nobody's returning calls.
Right.
It kind of got to that type of thing. So I felt that's where the betrayal came in. I felt very hurt, just like, am I not good enough? And I started sinking into that. I'm just not good enough, and this and that. And then there was another side of my brain, like, but you just had a hit single, and just, so there's so much other stuff in between that.
Right.
So, but I'm trying to keep this story, just clean as much as possible. So when I say, the business situation wasn't as bad as the Mercury situation. Okay. I felt that was worse for me. And I did for a number of But with Elektra, it just kind of was like, and then Missy was really big. Although she was executive producer over my album, she was really big at that time. So, and I respect the fact that, like I said, she had to do her thing. She had so much going on. And I know she meant well, by helping me, because they, Sylvia Ronan really signed me on the strength of Missy.
Okay.
And they knew that the things you do was good as well. So they stepped out on faith, I guess. But then, see, she got busy. And then again, there was a number of rumors and things that I was hearing. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but for the most part, started hearing some things. Nevertheless, I know at that point, I was just numb and done.
Yeah.
And this was like my attorney, just take me off the label. At that point, I said, I'm just going to go get a regular job, because it was just so stressful. I was just becoming this person that was, I was so hurt, and hurt people.
That's right.
So it started being a vicious cycle with me, and just like, I was just so angry at the world, and just like, oh, how did this happen to me? Especially when I know that I put so much into that second album,
right?
And I'm like, time I'm spending away from my son, and and I'm just like, and how dare them? But even with all of that going on, like later on in life, I just started realizing, like, it's a business, Gina.
Yeah.
Because I really took so much of it personal. Yes. And one of the things that I can, that I try to recommend to upcoming artists is, I understand you get so excited, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm, sitting on top of the world almost, but you will easily fall down on the ground if you don't handle your business.
That's right.
Handle your business and know as much as you can about the business. Have people that surrounding you that cares for your personal well-being.
That's right.
Personal well-being, because to everyone else, especially, if you're not really knowing them like that, you're a commodity. And that's a vulturous business. Very seldom you may come across a few in the industry that may take you under their wing and sincerely care about your well-being. There are some out there. But like I said, for the most part, know as much as you can about the business.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to your accountant and our business managers. I'm gonna let Jesus take that wheel. And pay your taxes. Yes. Those are just devices. You hear the stories, people going bankrupt, just get a team, a tight team. And again, I can go on and on about that as well. I'm gonna have to choose that one. Because Lord have mercy. But nevertheless, for the most part, it was a journey. It was definitely a journey. We fall down, but we get back up.
That's right. That's right.
You gotta live
about it.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about it.
That's it.
I think that's the best thing about it, is being able to get back up. Some people forget that part. That's the best thing about it, to be able to get back up and say, okay, Lord, where am I going now? I know that happened, but guess what? I got something ahead of me. You got something more in store for me. So what are we doing? So that's the best part about it. Two things I wanted to touch on really quick. As far as like the video for Yada Yada, I was watching that, matter of fact. And I noticed a lot of people compared you to looking similar, you and Mila, looking similar.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna say that.
Did you hear that a lot back in the day?
Oh, they thought she was my little sister. Oh yeah. And a couple of times that I did speak with her, she would say the same thing, and I was just, "You're so pretty." And I'm not just saying it because you look like me, but no, I would be like, she's gorgeous, and her soul. I mean, she's just a beautiful person inside and out. So when people said that, we resembled, I definitely took that as a compliment, because I think she's gorgeous. Gorgeous still to this day. So I definitely, and she was told the same thing, like, are you guys related? Like, really? And it's like, both work with Missy, and both of you have pretty voices. And so,
Mila is a very down-to-earth person. I have to say that. I had her on here about a year or two ago, and we just talked like we were friends forever, and just laughed and kicked it. So it was just something wonderful. It wasn't forced or anything. And I can tell when somebody is really genuinely, I couldn't get that out, their selves, because I normally have a sense of awareness that I can pick up that kind of stuff. So I already knew that she wasn't putting on, or wasn't fake or facade. She was just her. And I was like, I love people like this. Just be you,
That's it.
So that's always a wonderful thing. As I can tell, you are being yourself today. So thank you for that.
I can't be nobody better than myself.
That's right.
I gotta be me.
That's right.
That's my comfort zone. That is. Now, before, I wasn't always like that. I was not. Again, I was you gotta sound like, you gotta be like, no, how about I'm gonna be who the Lord says for me to be.
Exactly.
Sure.
The other thing I wanted to talk about really quick too is you ended up touring with Missy too. You and I believe it was Nicole Ray and Cheryl Pepsi Riley. And I think Little Mo. So what was a tour with Missy, but not only Missy, but all these other great singers, because Cheryl Pepsi Riley already had success in the 80s with Thanks for My Child. Little Mo had, I think, sung on everybody's song at that point. But nobody really knew it, but they knew it. And Nicole Ray became bigger, I think, probably like a year or two later, a couple of years later. So, and you already had success with the things you do already. So pretty much everybody was established. So what was that whole, team like, just going on tour?
Amazing. And I would do it again. I kid you not. Because like I said, Missy is amazing herself. She's a wonderful person to be around. She's very shy, believe it or not. I know you wouldn't think the way she get out, and do what she does, but she's very shy, very business oriented though. Don't get it twisted.
That's right.
Yeah, really is. And I appreciate that. And she, matter of fact, real quick, let me say this. She was also one of the ones that had told me, Gina, you got to handle your business, girl. She used to always tell me that you got to take care of your business, because she saw that naive and gullibleness in me. It was, vulnerable. She saw that, so she told me a lot of that. But as far as the touring goes, absolutely phenomenal. I mean, everybody, Nicole Ray, Cheryl, Lil Mo, every time we all traveled and worked together, there was I don't recall any nonsense. And that is, many people can't really say that. And we've traveled several places. We've done a lot. And I mean, her team was phenomenal. They fed us. I mean, we definitely got paid, It was a great experience. And let me tell you, like I said, Tony, I would do it again. I absolutely would do that again, because it's a good, they're all a good crew. I mean, I recently reached out to Nicole Ray, and as you can see and know, she's doing her thing, you know,
Yeah.
and Little Mo I haven't spoken with since the industry, and nor Cheryl Pepsi Riley, but of course, nothing personal, nothing, no bad vibes, no nothing. I've learned a lot from them. All of them are phenomenal people to work with. That's the God honest truth.
Yeah.
So it was amazing. I there's no other word.
Right.
Simply amazing. Yeah. And
Yeah.
the love that they even gave us overseas, you know, Germany. It's just like, are we Whitney Houston's over this place?
Right.
I'm Michael Jackson's, you know, but
Right.
they were so receptive. Not to say, of course, America's isn't, but it's something about overseas, though. You know, you know, it's
It is. It is. You're not lying. It is.
Because I toured myself over there, and I did even Switzerland, Norway. I was asked to do shows, and they were like concerts for me. And I'm like, rose petals. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm only, you know, one song out.
Right.
But so fun, and thankful to God for that experience. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Prayerfully I can go back again, and you know, even whether it's for myself or whatever the case may be, I would love to go back again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you said that too, matter of fact, because I don't think people realize sometimes that the overseas audiences do appreciate artists a little bit more. They just have such a love that I don't even think can compare to anybody. Like, it's amazing to see, because, and I'm telling you, no lies, I watched artists here that were popular in the 90s or the 80s or something, and people are like, where are they? What? They're doing concerts like every other week or every month, and those people over there are treating them like they just had a hit yesterday, literally.
I'll tell you, yes, you are so right. And speaking of that, I'll say this real quickly as well. As you can see, I'm long-winded. You have to have me now.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay, thank you. So there's this radio station in Paris. And I mean, they still spin my record like that. And I just gave them a drop not too long ago, and they were like, "We love you so much over here." And I'm like, this is up 10 years ago.
Right.
And they treated me like the video just came out, or the song just came out. But listen, I'm so thankful. And anybody that you know wants to give the support, I'm always thankful, and I even support, like, you know, entrepreneurship, things of that nature, because you know what, we got to show love for one another. We have to.
That's right.
Everybody trying to do what they do and do what they love. You got to show love, you know, and it doesn't have to be tit for tat, you know, whatever case may be. You just have to show that love. You have to.
You do.
You know,
you do. And that's a true statement. And honestly, that's the reason why I do what I do now with these interviews, because I always see artists that I love or have loved. For people, you know, who don't know, I listen to a lot of the old stuff, like 70s, you know, 80s, even 60s sometimes, depending on what it is. So a matter of fact, like I had Mary Wilson from Supremes on here in 2020. That was like one of her last interviews before she passed. So that's my lane, especially 70s R&B, like the emotions, the Shy Lights, the, you know, all those kind of groups and people. That's my lane. So if you look at any of the interviews I've done, it's with people of that caliber, because sometimes we forget the things that they've endured just for somebody like whoever's on top right now to have the career.
That's right.
And that's my whole thing, is like, no, let me pay the homage to you. Let me give you your flowers while you're here, because ultimately you're still appreciated by somebody. And I told, who was that? I think that was Sybil, matter of fact, that when we don't know it, your music is still being played by somebody in this world. Though you may not know who they are, where they are, it's still being played. It's just like a movie.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
beautiful thing about it. Like, no
That's
matter
it.
what, you could be on Skid Row, literally, sitting on a curb,
Yeah,
forbid, but somebody is still playing your record somewhere, though.
yeah. And dead it when you dead and gone. It's still,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
So it's important that we show love and that we, tell people, you are appreciated. It only takes a couple of seconds. Like,
That's it. That's it.
it's so important now. It's so important. So that's why I'm glad that I have you here. And like I said, I'm glad that you're able to tell your story. You
Yes.
people are able to see you again and say, "Oh my God, there she is." I'm glad to see her. I'm glad to hear her.
Yeah.
Because for so many years, people have said that, like we said about a number of artists, like, I want to know what Jesse Powell is right now because I need him to sing "You" at a wedding. Like,
No, that's the truth.
like
Yeah.
it's those kind of things and artists that you look for. Like, what?
It's my Carl Thomas.
Yeah.
Where?
It's,
No, I
it's
got.
serious.
Yeah, yeah.
It's serious.
You know what? I did want to say this if I could close out, with
Yes.
this. Even when I do talk about the industry, I do want to make this very clear as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to make it seem like the industry is all bad. It's not. But what I do want, again, what I would like for my fans, my people, whomever, to take from this, the most important thing to take from this is just be careful who you trust.
That's right.
And just know your business. Understand that it's a business, and just be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful who you surround yourself with. Just be really, really careful. Ultimately, the journey, it still has been a blessing, because I still have lived my dream.
That's
So
right.
I don't make it seem like, oh, she just bashing the business. Sometimes I do have to be careful, because yes, there was a lot of stumbling and a lot of letdowns. But I want to say this today, even to today, I still am who I am. That business was still part of my journey.
That's right.
And it still is my journey.
That's right.
And so with that being said, I want people to also know that, I don't want to sound discouraging. It's a wonderful thing. Just handle your business.
Mm-hmm.
Just know that you're a business. I can't stress that enough, and watch your surroundings. That's it.
Yeah. You have to.
My journey was awesome, though.
You have to. But it's important to show the balance. Everybody is not going to have a wonderful Cinderella story, and everybody is not going to have a nightmare of a story. And some go up and down over the years that they just are able to manage and keep going. So it just depends on the person, on your situation, how it goes and how it flows, and what you've done to make that better. So thank you for that. I just got a couple of last things, and then I gotta let you go, because we could stay here all day.
Let me put the church music on.
But one thing I wanted to ask, though, as far as music is concerned, who are some artists that you just really have to sit with and listen to? It doesn't have to be new. It doesn't have to be anything that you just listened to yesterday. But who are some artists that you think of to yourself and just say, I just really have to sit with this person and listen to this particular song or this particular album with?
Charlie Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay.
Kim Burrell.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you got to go there.
Yes. Yes.
Believe it or not, and I know that it's been a minute, Vanessa Bell Armstrong.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
That's one of the greatest vocal performers, period. Not just in gospel, but I don't think people really realize her ability, because she sings 90% of the people you probably know. That's how bad she is.
Amazing. My list could go on. What's so funny is my husband asked me this same question earlier. He was like, baby, you like, because he knows my journey and things that I'm working on, and so very supportive. The man about that. Oh Lord, I thank God for that man. He's absolutely phenomenal. Yes. Yeah, that list could go on, but I absolutely love Charlie Wilson and Joe and Jasmine. I love them. And there's more. Jay Moss is another one.
Okay.
Smokey Norfolk, I like his work.
Of course.
There's definitely more. What did I tell my husband? I'm sorry. Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, yeah,
Wonder, absolutely. Mariah Carey.
yes.
And how can I leave out Shanice? Let me
Oh
tell you
yeah.
about Shanice. When I wish I could just meet her because I just thought I was her.
Right.
You couldn't tell me nothing. I know she's a little bit older than me, but I just was like, man, is she? Oh my god, I just love Shanice, and of course, Coco. I like
Oh yeah.
all WB, but Coco is another one as well. So, but
Yeah.
there's more. There's definitely more, but those are the ones that are kind of like bam.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
think you pretty much rounded it out though all the way around because those are some of the people I probably would have named too, especially Stevie, because I think Stevie has done more in this industry probably than anybody I could name. From writing to producing to
Yeah,
singing to instruments to anything you want to think of, he's pretty much done it.
yeah,
Any genre you can probably think of, he's probably done it all. Like, what
yes,
can you not do?
yeah, absolutely. I would love to collaborate with John B again. I can't leave that out. You know, I
Yeah.
would. I that would be phenomenal. Yeah, to
I think that
collaborate.
would be awesome as well. And it's crazy, but sometimes we don't think about it. But I think us as consumers thought like in the 90s, everybody knew each other because it was so populated with R&B artists. Like we
Mhm.
figured automatically that you and let's say whoever knew each other and probably were friends or hanging out. And meanwhile, you never met each other.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you and John B actually did collaborate before, so I think that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And you both bring that 90s feel and sound,
Yeah,
but also something new to today.
yeah,
So I think
absolutely,
that'll be awesome.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anthony
I think
Hamilton's
so.
another one I like too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dope. And John Legend, I don't know how I can't forget him.
Okay,
John,
okay. Yeah,
absolutely.
John is definitely one of the greats, I
Yeah,
would say.
so unique with it.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta put for me, I think I would add Lauryn Hill in there.
Oh,
Um, I only because of the versatility that she brought.
absolutely. Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
and that's why I have to add her because a lot of people say you only have one. She only has one album, and well, she does one studio album, and then
Mhm.
she had the MTV Live album. But
Yeah,
the versatility that she brought, I don't think anybody else could have did it in the way she did.
I know that's
So
right.
I have to respect her artistry overall. We're not talking
Mhm.
about the things that she's doing today, but that I have to
Yeah,
respect.
yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
and of course, Whitney, I have to say, and not even for the pop stuff, but for songs like One of Those Days is something that I love from her. Or Love That Man from Just Whitney. Like those songs for me is who Whitney was and embodied.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, how could I even leave her out? Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's only because I know that she's passed. That's probably, but yeah, Whitney, absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. Bless her soul. Yeah.
absolutely.
Brandy though, don't
Uh,
Brandy? Yeah, man. Brandy is. It's just something about her voice. She has so much control over her vocals. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I put her on her and Jasmine right
yeah,
there with
yeah,
Brandy
yeah.
is sick.
Oh yeah,
Is sick with it. I mean, yeah, man. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
absolutely.
Soon when I heard that remix, what was the song? I can't even think of the name. That she did with Queen Latifah and Yo Yo and MC Light.
Put me on. Wait, I want to be
Uh,
down.
I Want to Be Down. That's what it was.
Yeah, yeah,
How do
man.
you got a hit song already with the regular version? You turn around with the remix and make it even better. Like
Yeah,
as soon as that
her
intro comes in,
is sickening.
yeah.
Yeah, she's
As soon
unbelievable.
as it comes on, it's over with. Like I would like to get to know if I could be. As
Let
soon
me
as you
find
hear
out. Wait a minute.
it.
What are you hiding in there?
No, no, no. I can't do that much. I listen. Then you
We
put me
going
in the background, then we might can talk.
we going to talk.
Yeah, yeah. I don't sing, like that. I used to sing in choir, but
Okay.
that was
So
pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all those artists are some great artists. But I'm glad to see that you are indeed, like I said, sharing your story and coming back out. We talked earlier. You said you're going to try to start doing some music again soon. Yes.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes. My husband and I are actually going to be going away for a little bit for our anniversary next month, and then I don't want to give like a set date, but let's just say 2022 that I
Okay.
will be making some moves. Yeah,
All
and
right.
again, wherever the good Lord sees fit, that's where it's going to be. And some people may say I'm crazy because I'm not setting these crazy high expectations. I'm just letting God lead,
That's it.
doing what I'm doing, and where it goes, it goes.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, like I said, if anything, if someone can just, I'm back on that mental health again.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be a blessing to someone, and
Yeah.
that's a blessing to me. That's
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely. I think I'm going to throw something out there, but I think you should write a book as well. I'm just going
I
to throw
would
that
love,
out there.
I've mentioned that to my manager. I absolutely would love to. Again, I've prayed on it,
Yeah.
and it's definitely thought about, absolutely. But again,
Yeah.
just trusting in God to, if it's his will, and things will be lined up accordingly. I'm just going to keep walking in faith.
That's right. Well, I'm telling you now, I'm speaking it today that it will happen. I don't know
Amen.
when it will happen, but it will happen.
Okay.
I believe and I'm
Amen.
trusting God to make it come to pass.
Okay.
Even if you don't know how it's going to happen, I trust that he'll bring somebody in your path to make it happen for it to be.
And I really received that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's not about the industry per se or your life per se, it can still be about mental health because either book, whether it's about your life or mental health, it's going to help somebody.
Amen.
So
Amen.
either
I
one,
like
you
that.
think on it and you decide. and,
Yeah.
and when God is ready and you're ready, make it happen.
All right.
'Cause
Thank you
we're
so very.
ready. We're
Yeah.
ready.
I
And
felt that.
yeah, listen, I'm telling you, it can help so many people. And I'm just listening to you and I'm just watching you and hearing you speak today. And that right there alone probably just saved somebody's life. So just the fact that being able to have something written down would be awesome. Like I said, even if it's just about your life, because we don't understand that just telling our story is helping somebody else in theirs.
Yeah.
They might not know how to deal with a simple life situation like we do, because we
Yeah.
might have had the awareness. We might have had the parents that might have taught us to say, hey,
Yeah.
go left and not go right when you get to this
That's
place.
it. That's it. That
They
guidance.
might have not had that.
Yeah. That's it.
So your story could help a lot of people, and I'm sure that it will bless a lot of people in the interviews you've done so far and will do.
Yeah.
But I'm going to look for that book. I'm telling you that now.
Oh, praise God. Thank you so very much. And like I said, even with the mentoring, if people can go to the IG page, they'll see a link there. It has my digital business card,
Mhm.
And it shows my services on there. I have my production company basically that I'm working on, or should I say my business that
Okay.
I'm in the process of, concreting. But
Mhm.
I do offer, those services. So I'm just, again, and I was led definitely by God to do that. And I really, as was speaking, the client that I do have, he's like, you just don't know what you've done for me. And
Yeah,
that was that's all I needed to hear. I'm like,
that's it.
that's it. That's it. That's it.
I think people need to understand too, at least for what I've understood, is that the true purpose in life is really about helping people in some kind of way.
Amen. That's
You
it.
know, we have to follow God's will. Don't get me wrong, because if it's not in His will, it won't happen. But
Yes.
our true purpose, whatever area, whatever profession, is truly to help somebody else.
Okay.
Even
Yeah,
if you
that's it.
make music, it's not just for yourself. It might be a labor of love from you because that's your baby, but somebody might listen to track 3 and say, "Oh my God, that saved my life.
Yeah.
That saved my relationship," or that
Mhm.
I had my baby, or whatever the
Yeah.
case might be.
Yeah.
So we don't realize a lot of times that whatever we do is really a service. You're
Yes.
providing a service. You
Yeah.
know, if we didn't have people like the public bus driver or the store clerk or whoever else, how would we operate?
That.
Like,
Yeah.
how would
That's
we
it.
operate?
That's it. And I will tell you honestly, Tony, it's like it helps me.
Yeah.
It helps me too. It really really does my soul so good to know that I can help someone else. And that also, again, may be why in the very beginning, like I said, that nurse, that caring, that wanting to help, it's just, I'm able to be there to help you and to see that recovery or to see that healing or to
Right.
see God working in, through me to help you. That's it.
Yeah.
That's my blessing and that's my glory. That's my glory. I don't need $1 million. I
At all.
don't. You can't take that with you anyway.
Come on.
So let me just be a blessing to someone, Lord.
Yes.
Like people have been for me, like he is for me. So, but we're gonna stop. No. We're gonna talk more. You better believe.
Yes, we got to, because
This was
we
an
about to have
amazing.
the whole worship service on here today.
Let's do it. I mean, weekly.
Yes. Listen, I'm down. But let's close out. I do want to thank you again, like I said, and I think we'll all be looking for the new music once you're ready to drop. And so excited for your life and your path, and thankful that you made it through whatever it was, and then have been able to become a nurse and get a degree. Thank God for that, for helping people, and it's truly a blessing. So just let everybody know where they can find you on your social media sites and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's the real Gina Thompson on IG.
Okay.
So yep, as soon as they'll see my picture up there, but it is the real Gina Thompson. I'm on Facebook too, but I really, I'm kind of just trying to focus more on the IG right now. They are connected too, but I just tell people, just go to my IG page again, the real Gina Thompson. You'll see it on there. And I only have very few pictures on there, and I'm building that up. So work with me. It's kind of new, because even again, that was all part of that journey of healing. I had took myself off of social media and everything, and then it was that Pastor Mike that kind of just gave me push. It really did. It gave me that push. It was like, okay, nah, this ain't over to the good Lord says so, Gina. Even though it took me 20 years, but this is what it is. But yes, so thank you so very much for your support, your love, and everyone out there that will be listening or that is listening. I'm so thankful. I encourage everyone to, stay prayed up, and as I will do the same thing, and stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is none other than the legendary Miss Gina Thompson herself. Thank you again.
Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.